Gord Johns, nice to meet
Nice to meet
you.
you.
Yeah, are you voting in this federal election
Yes,
coming up?
definitely will be.
Despite winning the riding in the last 3 elections, Gord Johns is still trying to convince voters he's the best choice to represent them in Ottawa.
Obviously, it's the most important election of them all, especially with what's happening with Donald Trump and his threat to our own country's autonomy. The support has been incredible. Never seen support like it. We have more signs on lawns than we've ever had before.
In each of John's previous election wins, the percentage of voters who cast their ballot for him has increased, but before that the region was held by Conservatives. John says the NDP brought in dental care and pharmacare, and he stands by his record as an MP.
To end boil water advisories in our community, to stopping raw sewage, to make sure that we've got investments in infrastructure after a Conservative that was in government for a decade before me. We've had a 12-fold increase in infrastructure investment in our riding alone.
But the Conservative candidate says he's hearing people want change. A businessman of 24 years, Chris McNichol, says he feels compelled to run for his daughters and grandchildren.
I didn't think I'd ever run for politics, and then watching what's happened over the last 10 years, I said I have to do something because we can't keep saddling people with that. The young Canadians especially, they need a future.
McNichol says the rising cost of housing, groceries, and increasing crime all need to be addressed in a new way, noting 2 recent home invasions in the riding.
We have to be tougher on crime. We can't have these hug-a-thug policies. We need to put criminals where they belong if they are repeat offenders. We can't keep letting them back on the streets. It costs the communities and governments way more money to keep rearresting people.
Liberal candidate Brian Cameron is hoping the recent bump in national support for Mark Carney might bring him a win, though the Liberals haven't won in the region for decades. He says he also felt compelled to run after becoming a father.
I just had a daughter 5 months ago, and she is a huge, huge reason to stand up for the next generation. Also, my wife and I are renters, and we're feeling the same hardship as so many people. And me, just like many people across Canada, I haven't felt adequately represented.
Green candidate Chris Markovich is also a first-time candidate. He says the party has a full platform and is disappointed to see climate change has taken a back seat in this election.
Let's not kid ourselves. The problem is getting worse. It's not getting better. And it affects every facet of our life, from public safety regarding floods or fires, to food security. Lots of crops are being completely wiped out, year after year.
There are also candidates for the People's Party, the Animal Protection Party, and Christian Heritage Party. 7 options for a federal representative in a sprawling riding with more than 100,000 voters deciding who to send to Ottawa.